Hey there, good Thursday morning. It is September 5th. Thanks for tuning in for our little mini update here. Be sure to leave your comments and questions down there as we cycle through these stories, and then we will come back to those at the end of this. We're going to check in with Cheetah in a couple minutes, but I just wanted to run down a couple other stories that you guys are clicking on. One of the big conversations over the past couple of months really has been about vaping and the illnesses that are associated with them, kind of the dangers that we're starting to see crop up in this, kind of new era of nicotine ingestion. And this latest case out of Dallas, it really has you guys clicking. So that is where JD Hernandez is right now. He's on life support in Dallas. He's from the Rio Grande Valley, but he was flown up to Dallas last month because he started vaping about 6 months ago, and his family think that's what's behind this respiratory illness that he has. He, in July, got sick, had trouble breathing, and got flown up, as I said, to Dallas last month. He's now on life support. He's a father of 3. Actually, his wife just gave birth to their 3rd child at the same hospital where he is being cared for. And right now his family says the doctors don't have any other options for him. They have to decide how long they want to leave him on life support. And the doctors really don't have any factor for what caused this. But his family thinks that vaping may be the cause. And we've seen so many different instances of diseases cropping up linked to vaping use now. That is why Michigan is now going to become the first state to ban flavored vape products. The ban isn't in effect yet. They still have to file it. But once it's filed, it's going to go into effect for 6 months. It's only temporary. They want to see how it works. And businesses will have 30 days to comply. But I'm curious if you think this is something that Texas should do. I mean, I was shocked during this last legislative session that lawmakers agreed to bump the age to buy tobacco up to 21. So is this something you'd like to see, getting rid of those flavored vaping products? You can let us know in the comments below. We're also keeping an eye on Dorian. The storm re-strengthened overnight to a Cat 3. It's moved on from the Bahamas, kind of shooting up the East Coast. The video from there, just the wind and rain is super powerful. We want to check in with Cheetah and get a look at that forecast track to see what it's doing now. Cheetah.
Oh my goodness, Brandy. We're still tracking and monitoring Dorian extremely closely. Take a look here how close it is to Charleston. Absolutely unreal with that well-defined eye still. I mean, we've been tracking this for several days, and we're going to continue to do so through early Saturday morning. Now, by Saturday, finally, Dorian is going to start to move away from the U.S. In the wake, though, it's causing life-threatening storm surge. And take a look at some of the outer bands really starting to push across most of the Carolinas. That will continue into Virginia as well over the next 36 hours. So a slow moving storm at that. Now, a couple days ago, we were really tracking 1 to 2 miles per hour here. Today, we're tracking a northeast movement around 8 miles per hour, maximum sustained winds at 115 miles per hour. That still keeps Dorian at a Category 3 strength. So that's still a major hurricane. And that's why so many flights have either been canceled or delayed. If you're supposed to fly eastbound, make sure you check in with that flight reservation because that's been a huge headache for so many people out there. Let me put this into perspective though. I'll extend the forecast track out from the National Hurricane Center and notice how we go from a Cat 3 weekends by Saturday morning still as a Category 1 hurricane, but then begins to move away from the U.S. Overall, think about Dorian as just an event that has been catastrophic for the Bahamas, and it's really continued to create havoc all the way across the eastern seaboard. So millions and millions of people have been affected by Hurricane Dorian. Otherwise, the big difference here, we did have Fernand make landfall yesterday in Mexico, and what we're seeing is just from the outer bands there, some tropical moisture moving into Corpus Christi in South Texas. Not here though. Notice on the radar. In fact, I'm going to zoom in. I'll show you our local conditions on the radar. Not a whole lot going on for your Thursday. This is actually how it should look for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday forecast as well. So dry and hot. All right, let me get this updated here. I have a few live shots that I'm going to take you through. So take a live look outside in Galveston. Here's an updated look. This is from our exclusive WeatherBug camera. I always love to see this shot. Beautiful. It looks gorgeous out there. We really started the morning off with a low relative humidity, so our 70s felt like 70s, with the exception of Galveston. Galveston, you started off in the mid 80s and you were actually already feeling in the low 90s by about 5:30 this morning. Throughout the day today, we are going to see lots of that sunshine, dry conditions, high pressure in control, and that's not going to change our weather pattern a whole lot even through the weekend. So we have another air quality alert in effect. This is what you need to know about the air quality alert. If you have asthma, if you have emphysema, if you're a little more sensitive to those added ozone particles, you can usually tell that with some haze in the air. We had it a little bit with the sunrise this morning, and I'm expecting that to peak with the sunset. So between about 4 to 7 p.m., you may want to keep it inside. If you need another reason to keep it inside with the air conditioning, say the heat and the air quality, okay? Big ridge of high pressure dominating the region here through about Saturday. Then finally, beginning Sunday, this ridge of high pressure will back off to the desert southwest. And you know what that's going to allow? Just a little bit of a rain chance, and that's all it's going to take to lower these temperatures. Let's talk today's heat. My goodness, we were warming up quickly. So we go from the 70s quickly to the 80s quickly, 80s to the 90s by your lunchtime hour, and then high temperatures top out this afternoon around 101 degrees this afternoon. What is going on, September? Come on, work with us just a little bit, people. Today we're not breaking any records. Our record today is 108. Thankfully we're not dealing with that. 101 today, 101 tomorrow. And then through the weekend we keep it in the upper 90s. Notice the rain chance. Not really a chance at all. And then by next week, that's when temperatures will begin to drop. But otherwise, Brandy, here locally, all you need to prepare for is the heat. We'll continue to stay on top of Dorian, and of course a full check of the tropics for you as the day continues.
It's too darn hot. That's all I know. It says 100. I don't know. It feels the same to me as 90. It's all too hot. I'm a northwestern girl. I like the gray and the clouds. I kind of melt here, but then there are days, aren't there days? We'll circle back to this, but when it just feels nice. It just feels like the air is hugging you in a warm blanket. I'm not sure that's good, but it definitely feels that way. We're traveling to Ohio now because I want you to take a look, see if you can see it on your screen. It's a little tiny. You see that there? The little white? Yeah. That is an albino hummingbird. This was caught in an Ohioan's backyard. Check it out. So this is crazy rare. There are only 100 white hummingbirds documented in the United States, period. A small percentage of those are albino. Weird looking little guy. You guys are clicking on this. You can read the story and listen to the interview with the gal whose backyard this is to get her reaction. It's a big thing for birders. I just think it's kind of cool. You guys seem to be liking it. And finally, who is lining up outside the ASTROS team store? Because there's going to be folks to get these new hats. Check them out. Bun B helped the ASTROS design these. 3 new looks. The wrapper's going to be on hand at 1 o'clock today to help hand them out, to sign them. There are some suede ones that are really cool, but there are only 150 of those. So let me know if you're going to go get them. Yeah. I got the Travis Scott one. My friend Ignacio picked one up for me. I think I'm gonna do that one. Stick with that one because I don't want to wait in line in the heat. But I know some of you will. Let me know if you would, even just to buy one and then throw it on eBay, because I know some people are gonna do that too. All right, comment and question time. Brandon, what we got?
So far, Brady, not much. Good morning to a couple of our viewers saying hi. We do have a lot of responses agreeing that it may be time to ban vaping everywhere. A lot of people are getting behind that, saying it's time to just let it go.
What's really interesting about this whole thing is vaping really, we just started seeing it crop up a couple years ago. And we didn't really know what the health impacts would be. Now we're starting to see them. What's scarier to me is the kids who are sneaking them in school. We've done a couple stories about that recently and things to look out for. There was that school district up in North Texas that released a video, kind of what to look out for, because kids, Well, one, kids are sneaky. I know, I was a sneaky kid. But now you have the tools to be even sneakier. And kids are vaping in class. Knowing what we know now about some of the health impacts, that's terrifying as a parent. So we'll see.
Yeah, and Joseph is saying, you don't smoke a pack of cigarettes at a time. Stop hitting the vape so hard. I think that's correct. A lot of people don't realize. We aired a story a couple days ago that one of those little jewel pods is the equivalent to 1 pack of cigarettes. So people are going through these in half a day. They're doing 2 or 3 of these a day, and that's equivalent to 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Yeah. So these kids have no idea what they're ingesting, and even adults sometimes don't realize. It doesn't say anywhere on the branding this is equivalent to a pack of cigarettes, you know?
I mean, I smoked when I was a teenager, when I was not supposed to be smoking. Nipped it in the bud when I realized it was probably not a good thing. But I remember some friends who started same time I did, they're still smoking. It's such an addictive habit, whether you're doing it in the traditional form, vaping, whatever. So there are lots of programs out there, lots of products out there to help wean you off if you have the willpower. It's worth it. All right, what else we got?
Yeah, I'd say finally we have some viewers talking about the weather, also feeling the pain from this first triple-digit day in a while.
Yeah, you know, when I asked yesterday for your thumbs up, thumbs down on these 100-degree temps, you know, we got not a single thumbs up.
Imagine that.
I mean, the nice thing is the feels like temperature isn't crazy because it's not as humid. Yeah, it's just still very hot. What'd you say that the normal temperature is for this time of year? 92?
Yeah.
So we're quite a bit warmer. My family back home likes to laugh at how hot we get down here.
Yeah, I can
It's
usually
rude.
stand the 100 degrees. I'm from West Texas, so I can deal with the 100 degrees. But when it's 100 degrees and 80% humidity, that's when I lock the doors and stay inside.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're just never comfortable. And your air conditioner can never keep up, or at least mine can't. All right, we will wrap it up. You can keep those comments coming, and I'll reply to them as soon as I get back to my desk. But there's another update coming up at 2:15. Again, we're continuing to track DORIAN. I know that's a definite that we'll have. And then I am not here tomorrow, so I'm not sure who's going to be hosting the update, but I bet Brandon's going to be here, so keep an eye out for him. All right, have a good day, guys.